There are 10 characteristics largely shared by a multitude of models concerning what a learning community should look like. There exists within the community a constructed understanding of reality and learning. The most central characteristic of learning communities is the notion that all participants actively construct their reality and are active in the learning process, rather than simply acquiring knowledge. The community is driven by a shared goal or purpose. Without some shared goal or purpose, no community, organization, or action exists. Instead, there is just a group of people working in the same general area. Informal power is shared amongst community stakeholders. To change from the old industrial model way of thinking, it is particularly crucial to share decision-making about local goals and projects. Flexibility is created within the organizational structure. Timetabling that supports a learning community allows for flexibility and adaptability in the daily, weekly, and yearly agenda. This will allow time for unexpected impositions on teachers. Flex time must be built into the system. Through a balance of support and pressure, formal leaders show long-term commitment. Long-term commitment must be shown and is accomplished through a careful balance of support and pressure. The support aspect may include the acquisition and availability of diverse resources, fiscal support, freeing up of time on a regular basis, or creating a system of recognition and reward for those involved. The pressure aspect is an expectation on the part of the leader for some results and that the members will follow a timeline. Both aspects show to the community members that administrators are responsive to teacher concerns and show support for innovation. There is an open communication channel. For a learning community to be productive and successful in a school, the literature underlines the fact that communication channels need to be open on a number of levels. First, teachers and administration need to conduct a two-way dialogue that is respected and non-threatening. Second, there must be a forum for cross-staff communication to discuss timelines, agendas, resources, and problems within the community. For virtual or combined learning communities, this can be accomplished through digital tools such as online forums or wikis. Dialogue procedures must be set up and adhered to by all members of the community, including the leaders, to allow for democratic, informed participation. There is group memory. Alongside group meetings comes the need to document the journey. Throughout his work, Dewey argued that teachers, as well as students, should analyze events in their day to identify the reasons for the way they conduct their work practices. This is what turns a daily event into an experience. However, without a memory, this experience will still have no meaning. Built into learning communities models, therefore, is the important characteristic of not just gathering data from classrooms, discussing their findings, and receiving feedback from the group, but keeping an ongoing record of what was said. In the short term, this becomes the baseline for further discussion, and in the long term, it becomes the baseline for sustained and systematic collaborative reflection and a form of continual assessment and evaluation of school successes and failures. Information communication technologies create opportunities to house group memory in virtual environments while extending teachers' learning into an additional space, a space for communicating, collaborating, sharing ideas, and sharing learning. In-servicing becomes ongoing and internal. When the goals of the community are set internally and professional development arises from systematic inquiry undertaken by the group, more purposeful learning occurs that is part of an ongoing process. Teachers begin to think in collegial terms. A main characteristic of a learning community is the gradual evolution to some form of collegiality. Teachers and administrators must work together as a team to problem solve and make decisions with respect to not only their individual students, but also the school as a whole. A culture of trust and respect exists among stakeholders. A culture of trust must exist based on personal trust rather than bureaucratic rules and policy. The kind of respect and trust among colleagues that promotes collegial relationships include a willingness to accept feedback and to work to establish norms of continuous critical inquiry and improvement and the development of positive and caring relationships among students, teachers, and administrators.